Hello there. So in this video, we're looking at how to split a fraction like this into two partial fractions. So we're basically taking this and you're going to express it as two fractions instead. So there's a very particular set of steps you have to do for these questions. And the first thing is you want to write out the fraction that they give you, and then you want to re-express it, or express it instead, as a, which is represents like something, over x plus 2, and b, so just something else we're going to work out, over x minus 3. Yeah, so kind of imagine like if you had two fractions like this, you'd better find a common denominator, which would be this, and then add them both together, and that would give you a combined fraction. And all we're doing here is kind of going the opposite way. We have the combined fraction, and we're trying to work out what the two fractions would have to add together to make this would have been. So we write it out like this to start with, and then imagine that you multiply everything here, or every term, by the x plus 2 and the x minus 3. So over here on the left, if you multiply this by x plus 2 and x minus 3, these would both cancel out, and you'd just have 7x plus 4. Whereas over here, if you multiply this term by x plus 2, this would cancel out, and if you multiply it by x minus 3, that would come to the top. So we'd have a sets of x minus 3. And then for this term here, if you multiply this by x minus 3, this would cancel out. But when you multiply it by the x plus 2, it would be multiplied by the b. So we end up with that. Okay, so that's always the first step to write out. Then this. And then what we do is we're going to try, or so another way to think about it is you can't really solve this at the moment because you have a and b as unknowns, and we want to work out what a and b are. And there's also the x. So what we can do is, first of all, we can let x equal 3. Because what that's going to do is it's going to make this bracket, 3 minus 3, become 0. That will cancel out this entire term. And we've substituted 3 in as x, so the only unknown variable will be b. So by letting x equals 3, we can figure out what b is. So if we do that, 7 times 3 is 21. 21 add 4 is 25. So the left-hand side will be 25. Over here, this will all cancel out. And this bit here, 3 add 2 is 5, so we get 5b. And that tells us that 5 is equal to b. And that's it. So now we found b, we need to find a. So if we want to find a, we basically need to cancel out the b. So this time we can make the x be minus 2, because minus 2 add 2 is 0, so that will cancel out this bracket. So we're going to let x equals minus 2. So 7 times minus 2 is minus 14. Minus 14 add 4 is only minus 10. We've got minus 10 on the left. For this one, minus 2 minus 3 is minus 5. So we can get minus 5a. And then this bracket will cancel out because we plugged in x is minus 2. So divide both sides now by minus 5, and that gives us 2 equals a. So we now know b and a. And so we can express this original thing as 2 over x plus 2. Remember, we know that a is actually 2 now, plus 5 over x minus 3, because we know that this b is 5. And that's it. We've expressed this whole thing here, so we could say f of x. Yeah. We've expressed this one big fraction as these two fractions, and this is what we call partial fractions. So I hope that's all made sense. Over the rest of this chapter, or this topic, sorry, we're going to be doing kind of more complicated examples of this. Sometimes when there's 3 fractions, or there's a couple other things that can make it a bit complicated. So if you have any questions, let us know down in the FAQ, and otherwise I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.